Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another predicted 11. We're back with the whiteboard because I just like scribbling and acting like Gary Neville, I must admit. But Aston Villa this weekend, a massive game, and it's crucial we get the team right because I'm not convinced that we've had the team correctly positioned and set up in the past couple of weeks. Not that I'm criticising Alex Neil because he knows tons more about football than me, so this is pretty much irrelevant, but I thought I'd put my opinion out there. You might even agree with me. In goal, that man, Declan Rice, he's one of our own, and I think he's the best keeper at this football club at the moment. Although, I haven't criticised him much this season, I haven't criticised him at all, I think he's been brilliant, but I don't think he had his best game on Tuesday night. I think he could have parried them out of danger. Now, I'm not a goalkeeper, I never will be a goalkeeper, but I know that goalkeepers shouldn't be parrying shots straight back into danger zones, and I think he had the opportunity to parry them out a bit more on Tuesday night. Saying that, though, we made a few cracking saves, and we weren't unlucky, we were just crap on Tuesday night. Right back, I've changed it. I've gone Andre Wisdom. No Pinto for me. Pinto, yeah, he's a good player, but he's kind of them players just go, meh. Like, we haven't paid big money for him. We didn't expect big things, and he's far too attacking for me. If you're going to be playing Pinto, it needs to be against not against Premier League teams, I think. And if we do play Pinto, then I want him to have different responsibilities on the pitch. I don't think he's adapted to the Premier League enough yet. And I think in a game like this, it's super risky to be throwing men forwards like Pinto does. I'm not saying that Pinto's a bad player. I'm not writing his Norwich career off. I think he's been promising in spells. But I think Wisdom knows the game a bit better, knows the league a bit better. And we have introduced Pinto fairly quickly. So maybe just give him a couple more training sessions, give him some different responsibilities and some individual things to do, and then we'll go again. So, sorry, Ivo, you dropped, mate. Another change, Ryan Bennett. I can't believe Bennett's been dropped. I think he hasn't done anything wrong all season. He's been our most solid centre-back. There were reports he had like a sickness bug or something. He was on the bench on Tuesday night. For me, Bennett's got to be coming back in here. He's solid, he's good in the air, he's good on the floor. Only criticism of Bennett is, well, I say he's good on the floor. All he's got is that long ball. He needs to just try and keep the ball down. And against this man, beside him, Tim Close, I think he's a lot more calming than Sebastian Bassong. Tim Close, I love his charisma. He just laughs all the while. He's smiley, he's calm, he's composed. He's just a nice guy. And alongside Bennett, I think that's a fantastic centre-back partnership. Left back, Robbie Brady, another change. A pretty much all changed back line except for this man from Tuesday night. And to be honest, who blames me? Because we were dreadful at the back on Tuesday night. Brady was sick on Tuesday night, so hopefully he's recovered from that. If not, then of course, go Alton again. I cannot believe Martin Olsson got the Man of the Match award on Tuesday night, and I'll tell you why. He got forward way too much. Was that because Jarvis wasn't getting wide enough? I'm not too sure. But when Olsson gets the ball, he just runs sideways and backwards. Like, their third goal, was it a foul? Not too sure. Don't think it was. I think Olsson went down far too easy. Olsson was just running backwards. He gets the ball, takes far too long, and then either cuts inside and goes backwards. It's just completely pointless. So for me, Robbie Brady goes in there. He had a bit of criticism at left back, actually, after the Liverpool game. I don't think he'd done much wrong. Like, he couldn't really header it anywhere else. It was the 95th minute. I doubt he was expecting Lallana to be there. For me, I think Brady's the best left back at the club. Right midfield, another change. Oh my word, what am I doing? Nathan Redmond goes in there for me. I think it was the right decision to drop him against Tottenham. I don't think he's been playing very well recently, but when you've got Wisdom at right back, you know he's going to do his job. He's going to stay back. He doesn't venture forward too much. That just gives Redmond a bit of freedom to go forwards. If you've got Pinto and Redmond in the same team, we saw it against Liverpool, it's going to be carnage. But when you've got Wisdom at the back, it's a bit more defensive than Pinto. Redmond can get forward. Gives us a bit more of attacking flair. And to be honest, against Villa, you kind of want these attacking outlets who can change the game in an instant, because Villa's defence aren't the best, Villa's midfield aren't the best, Villa's strike and attack isn't the best. So for me, Redmond goes in there. Let me know what you think about this whole team, actually, because there's much changed. In the middle, Johnny Howson in his favoured position. I hate him playing out on the right midfield. He's so wasted there. He's not quick enough to be a winger. He's not a winger, the same as Russell Martin isn't a centre-back. Not to that same extreme, but for me, Johnny Howson needs to be in the middle of the park. He's such a good player, one of our best players, always gives 100%, just such a gritty determination. I use them words too much. He's just a good player, and for me, he needs to go in the middle of the park, and especially as Tete is suspended, but Gary O'Neill comes back into the team, which is good because if both Tete and O'Neill were out, we've got that problem that we saw against, who was it? It was against Liverpool, wasn't it? Yeah. So you got Howson who can get back if he needs to, but also bowl forwards on the counter, and O'Neill just sitting in, mopping it up. Big Gaz doing his job. I love Gary O'Neill. He's been excellent this season. Let's just hope he doesn't do a ridiculous slide challenge like Stoke. Left midfield. Matty Jarvis didn't have his best game on Tuesday night, but no one did. As I've said in every single one of these videos, his directness is such a good trait of his. He's quick, he's good on set pieces, he's got great hair, and he's direct. Matthew Jarvis gets in the team for me. Stephen Naismith in behind the striker. Now, I know I've left out Houlihan again, and to be honest, I wish I hadn't have done. The other options we've got here is you either put Naismith out on the right midfield and drop Redmond out of the team, or you just drop Wes. Because I think Naismith is a better player than Wesley Houlihan, but at the same time, I think Wesley Houlihan's a great player, so it's a really tricky one, this. I've never really seen Naismith play out on the right. I was talking to Toffee TV, and he said Naismith's best position is in behind the striker. So if you bring Wes back into the team, you're maybe sacrificing some performance level from Naismith. But it's a tricky one. Like, I'm not too fussed about that position, but I would like to see Naismith in the team for his communication ability, for his just ability, and he's Stephen Naismith, and he's probably one of our best players. Now, you're going to be shocked about this one. Patrick Bamford. I know, I've stuck Patrick Bamford in there. Why have I stuck Patrick Bamford in there, you may ask? To be honest, I don't think Mbakani was that great on Tuesday night. I think his movement was off. Yes, he holds up the ball, but the problem with Mbakani is, right, this isn't a fault of Mbakani, but he's always got his back to goal because he has to hold the ball up, because at the moment, the midfield are just not doing their job correctly. We are not retaining possession for long enough. For me, this midfield needs to pick their game up on Saturday. If not, we're going to struggle. Because at the moment, we're picking the ball up in the defensive areas. Close was always looking for an outlet, so was Basong, and they weren't there. The midfield were just not offering themselves well enough. They weren't pressing hard enough. They weren't moving hard enough. So you just happen to opt for that long ball every time into Mbakani. The only thing Mbakani can do is stand with his back to goal, hold the ball up, try and look for outlets out wide, which wasn't the case on Tuesday night. We didn't have the outlet for some reason, or you go for a foul, or you lose the ball. He either went for a foul, he got a couple of them, or he just lost the ball. And that just means you're straight back on the defence there. This midfield needs to work hard enough. If they do, Mbakani's probably the best man to have in there. But for me, Patrick Bamford, from what I've seen of him, his movement's good, he's good in the air, and he's slightly better technically. So, for me, you just stick Bamford in there. And the other thing is, he's new, and he's got something to prove. You drop in Mbakani as well, he's got something to prove. For me, it's a win-win situation. If it's all going wrong for Bamford after 60 minutes, take him off, chuck the Mbok on. But I just think that's a really decent team. I think that's a team that should be beating Aston Villa. Loads and loads of changes, not great for team cohesion, but who bloody cares? Football is tricky. Let me know your thoughts on this team in the comment section below. Slag me off for my lack of tactical knowledge. And leave me your start 11 teams, because these are the most interesting videos I find doing, because I love drawing on whiteboards and I love talking about tactics, even though I can't do both. Thanks for watching, and peace out.